Join me as I cook this delicious alkaline quinoa with sauteed vegetables, oyster mushrooms, and fried okra. Starting off by adding 48 ounces of spring water, and then we're going to put 0 to 600 pounds of quinoa. And then we're going to time it for 10 minutes and we will be back. It's almost finished. So we're going to strain the quinoa. And we want to make sure that there's no water left in the quinoa, okay? From there, we're going to measure to see how much we got. So we got 1.880 pounds or 30.08 ounces. Starting off by adding 1 teaspoon of avocado oil, chopped butternut squash and zucchini, and we're going to put some fresh thyme. We're going to mix that together, and then we're going to put the lid on it so that the steam can cook the vegetables. Rather than adding oil, we added a little bit water to cook the veggies because we know that the butternut squash will take a little bit more time than the zucchini. Next, add in diced onions, bell peppers, and sliced mushrooms. Now, the reason why we added these after is because we didn't want the mushrooms and the vegetables to shrink down, so we added it after so that it could be just right, okay? As you can see here, we see that the vegetables are well done. Next, add in your prepped quinoa, and we're going to put a little bit of water to prevent the sticking. And the approved seasonings, we'll be using some cayenne, dry basil, oregano, sea salt, and onion powder. To prevent sticking, have your stove on low heat. We're going to mix thoroughly to ensure the seasonings is evenly distributed. This is very important because quinoa is very small, so if you don't mix properly, for example, the sea salt or oregano may be on one side, and so we want it to be evenly spread. So we're going to preheat our oil for our oyster mushrooms and okra. So you will need some spelt flour, onion powder, oregano, basil, thyme, cayenne, and sea salt. Feel free to use any approved flour that you have available, okay? And then we want to mix the dry ingredients together thoroughly to make sure that it's evenly distributed to the flour. And with the water, we want the batter not too thick, but we want the batter to be smooth, so add water as needed. So my method, what I would normally do is just keep adding water until it gets to the consistency that I want it to. However, of course, recipe is coming soon. This is a perfect texture. Using oyster mushrooms, we're going to take it off gently off of the branch, and we're going to coat it in the wet batter, and then after that we're going to put it in the dry batter. So we're going to deep fry the oyster mushrooms until golden brown, and we want to flip on both sides. Please ensure that your oil is between 320 to 350 degrees. As we know, the mushrooms are water, and so we don't want it to be too hot and we don't want the oil to be too low. So right now we're just frying some more of the oyster mushrooms. The first time I just wanted to do it in slow motion to show you, but this one I just speed up the process so that we can move quicker. Next, we're going to cut and fry our okra, and we're going to repeat the same process with the okra. So we're going to cut them in half, and then we're going to put it in the wet batter, and then after the wet batter, we're going to put it in the dry batter. I so love okra, and when they deep fry, they are crispy, okay? So I love it. And if you need more flour, you can. I know for me, I needed a little bit more flour as I was coating the okra. So yeah, just letting you know, add as you need. And we're going to repeat the same process with the oyster mushrooms. We're going to deep fry until golden brown, flip on both sides. Now guys, keep in mind there are so much approved flours in the alkaline diet, but for some reason I'm just so hooked on the white spelt. As you can see, these are crispy and I just love spelt, and so please excuse me if I don't use others, but spelt is the foundation for me for right now. And two, to be honest, it's a very versatile flour. That's why I like it too. Like certain flours, you only could use it for certain things, but for the spelt, it's more relatable. So we're now going to get ready to plate. So I'm just adding some baby kale there and, you know, try to pretty up the plate a bit. So I put some quinoa on the plate, and then from there I added my oyster mushrooms, and after that I'm going to add my crispy fried okra. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so subscribing as yet, please consider subscribing. And any suggested videos, please list them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.